So it's like your third time here. You showing the guys around a little bit, or?
Yeah, I've become a regular. I love it out here, man. It's cool. Kind of get away from everything, but get some time with the guys and just get to hang out, you know.
I saw some guys were going up to like the mountain lodge. Some guys are fishing. Like, what's your activity out here?
Football. Yeah, I haven't had much time, honestly. Just getting on the film, getting on the game plan. Hopefully one of these nights we'll get to get some dinner or something, go out like that. But yeah, it's my football right now.
How would you remember a sport coat and tie so you can eat on premises?
I'll have to get one out here probably. Yeah, but no, it's classy around here, man. It's a cool atmosphere. It's just different.
How would you describe your leadership style?
Just being myself. I think trying to set the example by what you do, not exactly what you say. Just you got to show the guys that you're willing to do it, and I think that's the best way to do it. You know, having a live game now, being out there with the guys, being in the huddle, you get to see what guys are made of. See in those big moments, you look in the guys' eyes and you can see who wants it and things like that. It's just it's the way we're growing right now.
I know it seems like an obvious thing, but like, how important is it to be a leader as a quarterback? Like, is that something that you just have to have in you? Is something you have to learn? I guess where do you pick it up? That kind of thing.
Yeah, I think I didn't grow up playing quarterback. I think it's kind of something that you learn throughout your experiences. Everyone's a little different. Everyone kind of does it their own way. You don't want to be fake with it, though. That's one thing I've learned. You got to be yourself. You got to be real, and let these guys know who you are. I mean, they'll see through the fakeness.
Jimmy, you've got Hunter, who's an all-pro, who didn't get any catches but didn't care. You won. Jacoby gets more than Davante. He doesn't care. It is rare, especially at wide receiver, to have guys that aren't prima donnas. It's all about the team. How special is that on the Raiders?
It's big time. It's big time. They're a great group of guys. Fun group to be with. They all pull for each other. I mean, it's even in the run game. I mean, you see those guys going in, crack blocking safeties. That takes some commitment as a receiver, and we got a good group of guys, man. It's they're fun to mesh with. I think our relationships are just growing every day out here. But we're in a good spot, and those guys pull for each other. That's what makes it fun out here.
After the interception in the end zone, I don't know if you saw it. Your whole defense was up cheering, like, it's okay, we got this. That's rare on a team. What is that like on this team, that unity?
It's big time. It's something that I take great pride in that. I like having the team. When the defense is out there, you don't get to see everything, but we try to be up there, see the big plays that they make. That's what this game's all about. When you separate offense and defense and special teams, that's when it gets a little dicey. But we got a good group, man. We're still learning each other, figuring each other out, but we're off to a good start, and we just got to keep it rolling now in Buffalo.
There's a stat where, like, down 4 to 8 points in the fourth quarter, your numbers up there with like Mahomes and Drew Brees. Do you notice a difference in yourself in those moments? Are you looking back and think of something changed for you in those moments of games?
Nothing really changes. Maybe things around me change, but you just got to be the same guy, especially as the quarterback. I mean, you step in that huddle, guys are looking at you, you're calling the play. You don't get many of those moments, man, so you got to make them count, and just try and make each one of them count.
Yeah, the pass protection graded out very well in the first
Hell
game.
Yeah.
But a lot of those guys said, hey, like, that's a lot of Jimmy, too. Like, I guess what can a quarterback do to kind of help the pass protection in front of you?
I think having a plan pre-snap, knowing where you want to go with the ball, being quick with it, all those little things. I mean, they gave me clean pockets all day, and that makes it real easy. But when you could get the ball in on time and you're playing in unison with the O-line and backs, I mean, the backs did a great job. Josh had a couple big blocks, chip blocks by the times, all those things. It's really all tied together.
Obviously, your eyes are downfield. You don't see it during the game. But when you watch the film, did you notice how physical your offensive line was? I mean, there was a couple times it was a beatdown.
Yeah. I mean, I heard it a couple times in pass pro. You don't even know exactly who it is or what's happening, but you could feel that collision, I guess you want to say. But it's I mean, as a quarterback, man, you love having guys like that are willing to put it on the line. Just play after play. That's what makes a good football team.
As a captain and a leader, what are some things you say to Michael, because he's going to end up being a key part of this offense as he grows? What are you doing to help him?
Just trying to teach him the intricacies. I think tight end in this offense, there's a lot of little nuances that go unnoticed. Going back to Rob Gronk was awesome at it. He knew the plays, he knew what we were trying to do, and I think Mike, and along with the other tight ends, they're all kind of learning that. And once they get that down, we'll be in a good spot. And I think he's done a great job so far. And it's tough as a rookie to play that first game, man. So I was proud of him on Sunday.
You just put a lot of two tight ends, so I guess Hunter wasn't in there that much. But where's your kind of chemistry with him? Where's your as you kind of develop that relationship with him out there?
It's been good. I thought we had a good training camp together. He's got a good feel for the offense, for the space that we're trying to get it into. That's kind of what I'm saying with the tight ends. He knows what the whole field is doing, what we're trying to get on each play, and he has a feel for it. So when you have a guy like that, it's almost like having a quarterback playing receiver.
Going back to Mayer, what have been your impressions so far? Things he does well.
It's very physical, very physical. I think that's where it starts, especially with the tight ends. You got to set the tone with those DNs. Does a good job with that. He understands what we're trying to do. It's just some of these rookie mistakes, simple things. We all got to fix little things, but no, he's got the right attitude for it. It's not easy as a rookie.
I asked you earlier in camp about having lost football. Do you come back more appreciative? And I saw something Sunday. I've never seen you smile that much. Was it just fun to be back competing?
Yeah, it was. Felt like a lifetime ago I played, man. So it was good to get back out there, get those juices flowing in the crowd. You can't hear anything at the last scrimmage. I mean, it's those moments that you live for as a quarterback, especially. That's the fun stuff.
You guys all good?
Yeah, that's good.
All good?
Thanks, Jimmy.
All right. Thanks for coming out, guys.
It is.
Davante, you're kind of a unicorn when you look back over the history of the NFL. The best receivers of the era were prima donnas, a lot of them about them. You're about we, not me. Mm-hmm. Does that come from your parents? Was it how you were raised? Because everyone knows the superstar, but maybe don't see the character.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that's just authentic to who I am. Obviously, you're a product of your environment, so obviously it's my parents and the way that they are as people and the way that they raised me is a direct reflection of who I am. And, the next step of it is just staying true to who you are. Once you receive a certain level of acknowledgement or accomplishments or, success or whatever, just staying true to who you are and what got you to that point. And, I pride myself on just being who I am and staying true to what got me here. And all the rest of the stuff and, the attention and all the rest of that stuff isn't really what I'm here for.
Following up on that, Sunday was the happiest I think I've ever seen you in a locker room after a win. And even though you played good, it wasn't your most biggest statistical one.
Yeah.
But is that just kind of a reflection of where you are in your career? That it's about, I want them to W's.
Yeah, man. I said it a bunch of times. I came here to win a Super Bowl. Like, that's what's on my mind. I didn't come here just for the story of it or just to be close to home. All those other things were cool and it adds to it. But for me, it's getting a Super Bowl, and part of getting to that goal is winning. And to start off the season, especially with the roller coaster of a season we had last year, I think it was important to everybody to start off on the right foot, getting a win, whatever that meant, and however it needed to look, especially week one, because you got so much time to turn it around, and there's a lot of different things that we did that were good, but there was some stuff that, we obviously can take a look at on the film and correct. So, just getting that win, I didn't care if I played the worst game or the best game. I just wanted to win that first game. So I'm glad you saw that.
What do you enjoy about these kind of trips out in the middle of nowhere?
It's good just obviously for the bonding of the team. We did something similar to this before we, cut our team down significantly. So to be here with the established roster, it's good to just get time with your brothers, a little bit of bonding and, seeing a different part of the world that I would not have seen. I can guarantee you that had I not been drug out here for the week. But I love it. It's beautiful. It's very, very green. Very green.
Did
but
you wear a shirt and tie and a coat?
Did I bring one?
Yeah, you got to have that to go eat.
I did not. I was unaware of everything that the Greenbrier had in store and the regulations as far as the dress code. But anywhere I could sneak in with what I'm wearing right here, I'll be there.
You talked about the interaction you had with Jimmy on the field the other day, but how would you describe him as a leader in general?
How would I describe him? I would say he leads by example. He's not gonna tell you to do anything that he wouldn't do, and he's the type of guy that you wouldn't mind getting behind because you can kind of feel that passion and that fire, especially in the moment, And he went out there and made a critical mistake in the red zone, and then bounced back on the next drive with a hell of a drive, and that's not easy to do. So when you got teammates that can kind of fight through adversity like that, and the immediate adversity like that as well, it's not just bouncing back the next week and not doing it, but correcting it right on the spot and coming back with a strong drive, and then obviously the last drive that won the game. It says a lot about who you got kind of running your team. You
mentioned earlier the roller coaster of last year, and that defense of yours in the second half gives up 3 points, less than 100 yards. You had to just be the happiest person on the team with that performance. Am I reading you right?
Yeah, for sure. it's a tough game. Everybody gets paid, so it's not always going to be perfect. But anytime you got your D that can rally together in the critical moments and the times that it's hardest to play your best, that's when it's most impressive, and that's when you appreciate it and kind of shows your true colors. And obviously starting off the season with that type of behavior on defense, rallying and finishing wise. That does a lot for kind of building who you are and your identity, which is what we're obviously trying to do and establish early in the season.
You guys are counting on a lot of rookies this year. You watch that first game, like, okay, well, I see we've got some stuff here. We got some materials that are going to work well for us.
Yeah, I mean, we got the young pups. I mean, they got fresh legs, so anything that they can do and get ahead as much as possible right now to help us out, down the stretch is going to be big.
How tough was Monday night for you to watch, and what were your emotions with Aaron?
Really tough, man. I didn't want to really take to social media because I spoke to him directly and reached out immediately. I was watching it on the plane as we were on the way over here, and it's like a horrible movie. Like you don't want to see the main character, go down like that, at all, let alone as early as what it was. And I know he was excited, and I was definitely excited to see him go out there and ball out. I know he was feeling rejuvenated and excited about the opportunity to work with a really good team. So it sucks. That's my guy though, so I let him know I'm basically I'm here for him in whatever way that I can. I don't know what I can do to make him feel better at this point, especially obviously with us being in the season now as well. But yeah, like I said, it sucks, and just praying that his mental is in a good spot right now, and he continues to overcome it, and obviously that team as well.
I know you go against the defense, not the offense, but do matchups against a guy like Stephon Diggs, like some of their top receivers, do you got to look at those and say, all right, let's see what you got out there?
Not really. I don't really look at matchups at all anymore. It's fun. It's more cool to just go out there and watch and learn some stuff. Hopefully he don't put too much stuff on tape that I can learn from playing against us, but it's always good to see some releases, some and just see a guy that I've been playing with and around for a while. With us obviously being rivals in the NFC North in the past, so it's one of my guys. So it'll be good to see him. Hopefully he's not putting too much on tape though.
What jumps out when you watch the Bills on defense?
I mean, they got a really strong defense. They got pretty much an impact player at every level, and when you have that, it makes and if not multiple, they got a really strong team in general, but they rally. They got guys that are really instinctive, smart players. They got some ball hawk in there too with 27. So it'll be a good test, seeing where we are right now, and it'll be fun for sure.
I assume you played there. You enjoy the Buffalo energy, the crowd, and the jumping on the table.
It's been a minute. It's been a minute since I've been there. Wasn't really aware about all that stuff until after. I don't even think I've played them since I knew that they did all that stuff. I was still trying to figure it out at that point, but. I mean, I love going to places where they got a lot of history, traditions, and stuff like that, because it kind of reminds me of where I grew up in the NFL too. There's a lot of history in that place too. So it'll be fun.
That's good. Thanks, man.
Thanks,
Cool.
Davante.
Yep.
Appreciate it.
Yep.